see all of this.
Now, this is Aaron Salter of Hydrogen Technologies, LLC.
You got your hydrogen for your electrolysis. You got your batteries, your water. I want you to notice that you can get a shot of the showers. There's no water in okay. Tank is empty.
No water in this tank. Hydrogen fuel vehicle.
We're gonna need water in a minute. This is
Aaron Salters. Remember this name.
So we're gonna do 4 experiments
Fair use
today for the patent examiners. The first one, you do need electrolysis, but what my system has done is taken advantage of the residue that's produced by the electrolysis. So we're gonna actually start this vehicle without any electrolysis. The second one, we're going to fill the water tank with water, and again, we're gonna be able to start it without electrolysis and run this engine. How long, we'll find out. Then we're gonna turn the hydrogen generator on, and we're gonna let that produce some gas, and then we're going to see how long the engine runs with the hydrogen only. And then the fourth one, we're going to use the combination of the
Look at the complex system he has.
the agitator, and we're going to see how long it runs together.
Has a complex system.
So,
Hydrogen fuel
first thing we're
cell.
going to do, we're going to start the engine up on gas first. And I'm going to initiate the agitator, and then we're going to go to the front, and we're going to switch the gas, hydrogen gas on, and the regular fuel off. Okay?
I'm going to pause for a second. Go ahead.
So, all right, I'm just gonna start it.
Predicts Essential Podcast. Hate me and love me. There's no in between. So, what was brought to my attention recently, the Buffalo mass shooting, right? 9 people were murdered to get to one guy, and his name was Aaron Salters Jr. Now, this might be a far reach, but I'm going to hit you with the red pill, because red pill is not just only being mentally aware of these females' natures. The red pill could take you down a rabbit hole to a place you don't want to go, and it leaves you with goosebumps because you don't believe that your government will treat you this way or have its own little hidden agendas, because a lot of people don't believe in their government. So, number one, Aaron Salters Jr., retired BBD, Buffalo Police Department, served for 27 years, public servant, retired, did security for Top Supermarket. Me going down a rabbit hole, I had to do this fucking video because it coincides with a lot of things. Rest in peace to Stan Myers. If you know Stan Myers, he's another inventor that went overseas to get certain patents because the U.S. was bullshitting him for a hydrogen engine as well. Rest in peace, Aaron Salters Jr. Shout out to Hydrogen Technologies, LLC, fair use. Okay, so back with Aaron Salters. Apparently this guy, the white boy, not going to mention his name, fuck him. He's just a fucking splinter cell Manchurian candidate that they activated anyway, if you ask me. So, the way things are, this video was done 6 years ago. No, not even 6 years ago. 7 years ago. 2015, he uploaded this video on his experiments that he had to do for the patents office. So you have to do these experiments and send videos and all these things like that to get your patent or your pretty much your invention to be acknowledged and get a patent for it. So go to certain companies to get these back end fundings for engineers to actually produce it in mass production, right? So with him doing this, he was on the verge of creating the hydrogen engine, which he said no electrolysis. I'm tongue-tied with drinking, but and certain things with the hydrogen water. Now, with this system, the water base that he actually adds so to keep the engine going, it doesn't rise in temperature. The water remains the same temperature with the hydrogen and the oxygen that's inside the fucking water, right? So it keeps the engine combustion going and it doesn't evaporate. So if the water temperature doesn't rise, the water potentially continues to produce the hydrogen that it needs, and it recirculates and it doesn't change temperature, so it can remain, the vehicle will remain on about 30 minutes to an hour to wherever you need to go, point A to point B, or certain situations you can actually travel for about maybe 100 to 300 miles per hour. See, Toyota has technology that's coming like this too. So niggas is trying to say bye Tesla. Tesla's on his way out, believe it or not. But there's some things in Toyota they won't let out. Don't let the cat out the bag. But Toyota's working on a hydrogen engine as well. This is about a year ago I heard about the hydrogen engine with them. But these are the guys that paved the way. Aaron Salters Jr., which was the security guard at the Tops mass shooting in Buffalo, supermarket in Buffalo. Stan Myers, he was poisoned. Believe it or not, the government will kill you for certain things, or certain things you will not conform to for what they like, and they shut your fucking power. So this goes back to Buffalo. The conspiracy theory is now that he was the target, and the guy traveled 200 to 400 miles, whatever, 200 to 400 miles to eliminate him. But 9 people were murdered in the midst. It's just not about racism and all that shit. The government has hidden agendas, and certain elites have hidden agendas, and they will kill you. They keep certain things into mass production, which is oil. Oil and coal is the most formidable energy that's used on this planet, and it will not change because it keeps the dollars flowing. Same thing when they killed Gaddafi, because he didn't want to accept cash, he wanted to accept petrogold. Petrogold is a gold-based transaction for certain black gold. You can't use American dollars. American dollars will always be IOUs. This is a Federal Reserve note for me paying you back, but there's nothing back in the dollar anymore. That's why the dollar's collapsing. There's nothing back in it. So he had Hydrogen Technologies LLC. He was getting ready to get a patent for this. He was pushing for this. They murdered this man, Aaron Salters Jr. Same thing, they murdered Stan Myers. Stan Myers was sitting in a diner with three of his friends. A lady, the waitress poured him he asked for cranberry juice. Cranberry juice looks like normal cranberry juice. He drinks the cranberry juice. He clutches his throat like something's taking away his oxygen. He runs out into the parking lot and literally says, "They poisoned me," and collapsed dead. If you're having a brain aneurysm, they alleged that he had a brain aneurysm from high blood pressure. If you're having a brain aneurysm, you can't really talk. There's no way around it. It's like having someone who's going through a stroke or a seizure. They can't really speak after a while. Like the seizures, your tongue's going. Nah, he didn't have a fucking brain aneurysm. Brain aneurysms are somewhat like a seizure. So, in fact, this reminds me of the Malaysia fight. That semiconductor Freelance is owned by Black Gold. Black Gold is a Jacob Rothschild company. Now, with this semiconductor that they was putting in production and back in 2014 can help ICBMs locate targets at 3,000 to 4,000 to 8,000 miles away. ICBM is an intercontinental ballistic missile. It can travel doing maybe 1,000 knots, and it can pinpoint its target just because of the semiconductor, which the semiconductor is the microchip that they're using that can pinpoint these certain things and intercontinental ballistic missiles. For these guys that work for this semi freelance conductor company, they went missing on that Malaysia flight back in 2014. See, people don't remember that. Rothschild owns a semiconductor company under the umbrella of Black Market. They're in the stock market. I can't remember. I just said it to him. Been drinking. So he murdered them, and their names wasn't on the manifest neither. He killed 293 people. They still can't find this Malaysia flight. It disappeared. Jacob Rothschild initiated to kill his 4 other patent holders because the semiconductor company owned the other 20% of that patent. So now, when you kill certain patent holders, you kill 4 off, and you're the 5th owner. The other 4 can't leave it in the will or do anything with it. You can't leave it to your state or nothing. It goes. The sole proprietor is the 5th patent holder because he wasn't on the plane, or they weren't on the plane, or the company wasn't on the plane. They was the engineers of the plane. They murdered them too because they wanted either you hold this patent or you use it for gain of funds or something like that. This is getting really scary. It's real spooky, bro. People don't understand this shit, and they won't wake up to their bullshit. So now you got Aaron Salters. I didn't even know he had a hydrogen company. Someone, my man TRC Design, shout out to him. He sent me this in my DM, and I said, this is the reason why they did the hoax of shooting up the Buffalo fucking supermarket, blaming on racism. Didn't shoot the white boy because they had all rights to shoot that fucking white boy. When you get blood on your hands like that, you do some retarded shit, the cops should have automatic rights to shoot your ass. It is what it is. We hold court in the streets. How you don't hold court in the streets? I don't get it. But anyway, that's another story. But Aaron Salters, Stan Myers. Now, you have another hydrogen engine that's out in Dubai, the Matador. Supercar Blondie just pushed this out about maybe a month or 2 ago. I was looking at this on YouTube, but it's a full hydrogen sports car. Hydrogen engine all the way through. Shit looks dope, but it's in Dubai. See, Dubai, they're already going to be pushing for themselves to have hydrogen cars, but not the rest of the world. The rest of the world going to have to spend every fucking dime that they got to keep the engines going, to keep the fuel going, and keep the money going for the Black Gold. Now, with this being said, I do believe Aaron Salters was murdered because he was working on the hydrogen engine. He was a very smart man. He went to a certain school in Buffalo that helped with technology. He's had an associate's degree. Now, you put in Stan Myers, they murdered him. This go further back in the late 1800s. They killed Nikola Tesla because he said there's frequencies and waves in the atmosphere that you don't need to charge people money for certain energies like Con Ed, PSEG, all these motherfuckers that's charging us for energy. There's certain vibrations and frequencies in the air that can power certain systems if we just implement them. And you have sustainable energy that you can reuse all the time because everyone's sharing frequencies and energies with their pineal gland and everything, bro. They stop that. They want your third eye closed. So now that your third eye is closed, you're going to wind up being part of the sheeple, or you wake your third eye up like Aaron Salters, Stan Myers, the 4 Chinese men that was murdered on the Malaysia flight with the 273 other souls that was murdered on that fucking flight, just to keep the agenda going, to keep this fucking capitalistic, not even capitalistic, because capitalism is one form of people making it and doing what they need to do to make money. But then you got another form of bullshit that comes after it, which is fascism, socialism, tyranny. And tyranny is the one that's leading the way, because if people live in tyranny, they live in fear. They don't want to make no waves. They just like to keep their head down and keep moving. And they just justify the ends to a mean of making do, which isn't fair towards your human right of asking questions, thinking for yourself, and being a human being that have certain rights to travel and come and go as you feel like it. But they're trying to stop all that shit. So this leads me back to Aaron Salters. Aaron Salters was murdered, bro. He was murdered, and they killed 9 innocent other people to make it stage like a mass shooting. Why do you think everybody's clicking and losing their fucking minds? They're activating everybody because all the nanoparticles is in us. I took the vaccination. I took the vaccination to keep my job, which is very unfair. But do I regret taking the vaccination? No, because there's certain things I had to do. And my YouTube page didn't pop off yet, so I'm not getting paid for this motherfucker. I'm doing this as therapeutic and trying to keep a T in my name, trademark my name, and I'm trying to push for more shit to go through and get my LLC popping. Because I'm starting to understand this is a capitalistic situation, and you get money to work for you. And money is working for everyone else, and I want money to work for me. Now, in my previous video, the monkeypox. See, you motherfuckers want to listen to it, you don't want to listen to it. It is what it is. Like, comment, and subscribe. Do me the fucking favor. But monkeypox is here. It came last week. Now they're saying that it's transmitted through sex and the gays and shit like that. First of all, they have an agenda. No one's procreating. Now, they don't want the gays having sex. Okay, cool. Now you're trying to blame it on another situation. Blame it on a race. Blame it on where it actually originated from. Okay, cool. We understand that. But the real factor is why monkeypox came out was you're trying to get rid of our sovereignty for 194 countries and also the United States. So now they're going to push for monkeypox to actually take over. And they're voting right now. The WHO has the assembly right now from the 23rd to the motherfucking 26th of this fucking week, Monday through this Friday. Now, when we go back, they're going to say we voted on such and such and we took away your sovereignty rights. So you're going to listen to us and we're going to wind up shutting this fucking country down again and shutting other countries down again because we know your rights. You don't have anything anymore. People keep saying there's a wealth exchange going on. No, the wealth exchange is not going on. The middle class is dying. The poor stays poorer. If you got a needle in your arm because you're addicted to heroin, if you live in New York City, you need to have 2 jobs by 2024. Because you won't be able to survive in New York City. The rent is going up 4 to 9% for 2 year 4 to 9% for 2 year leases, 1 to 3.5% for a 1 year lease. Some niggas' rents is jumping damn near a G because they're not in rent stabilized apartments. Rent stabilized apartments, they're coming after us next. It is what it is. You're gonna have 2 jobs, or you're gonna have to cohabitate with someone to live here. A room in New York City is running you about $1,100 a month. This is what they're planning to do. A straight economic recession to an economic fall to a great reset. And they've shown you that crypto is actually vulnerable too. I'm recanting what I'm saying about crypto. You can buy the dip, but should you buy the dip? It's up to you. I don't give out financial advice. I did what worked for me. I came out good on top. I sold certain things, but now I'm trying to get back in so I can actually bring more equity up. But that's a whole nother story. I do not give out financial advice. Just do what you can. Try to do some research. Buy some calls. Put some puts. Buy a call. Buy a put. Do what you can to double up your money. See, the PPP loans, the stimmy gangsters, the unemployment gangsters, they stimulated the economy. They pushed it through the top. They pushed it because niggas was spending money. They wasn't spending money on motherfucking rent and the basic necessities that you need to survive. Con Ed. Everybody was working with everybody. You didn't have to pay credit cards. You didn't have to pay your mortgage. So now you don't have to do all that shit. So now you're putting money in Target's pockets, Walmart's pockets, Amazon pockets. So everybody's doing over ordering. And now they was hoarding shit and they was selling you shit. You get what I'm saying? So now This is the government, and what it's pushing is a full-blown agenda to stop the American people. The American people is going to suffer. They proved it with Aaron Salter. They proved it with I forgot this other nigga name. I just forgot this other nigga name. Hold on. Stan Myers is fucking insane, bro. This is what they do all the fucking time. And I want the sheep to wake up. If you feel like you're getting goosebumps from this and you think I'm fear-mongering, you should get fucking goosebumps. And I hope I am fear-mongering you. So you can start doing more research. Things like this don't happen coincidentally. It's no coincidence in this. And when when I watch the Batman, you're a detective now. There's no such thing as coincidences anymore. It's not a coincidence. It ain't happening, bro. This shit is fucking real. You are expendable. I am expendable. Keep your head up. Keep fighting. Let's get this shit together and do what we have to do to overthrow this fucking government, man. Prediction Ascension Podcast. Hate me or love me. There's no in between. PredictionAscension@gmail.com. Hit me up at Prediction Ascension at Cash App. Donate to my channel. It is what it is, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Show love to your boy. I'm out.